And that, my friends, is why you don't ride in hot air balloons. Hot air balloon catches fire and crashes in Virginia. I remember when we first moved here, we used to see the signs for hot air balloons, and everybody wanted to do it. I was like, nope, nope, you will never get me in one of those. First of all, that's crazy. Like, you could just lean over and fall and die. Like, or they blow up and catch on fire, and they're stupid. I'm sure, like, there would have been a time in my life that I would have loved to have gone up in a hot air balloon. Now, ooh, no. What does this look like? Are you crazy? Do I look like a young whippersnapper? Of course I do. Money in the bank right here. No, I don't mean that. That just sucks. Where did it happen? Meadow Event Park in Caroline County? No idea what that is. Not around here. Nonetheless, don't get in air balloons. There you go. Good night. I've been trying to sell some stuff on Craigslist. I have a bunch of stuff on there. I had a guy respond to, I have a very, very large collection of World of Simpsons figures and play sets and stuff. Most of it's still in the box. 70 of the figures are out of the packages. That just goes to show you how many of them I have, because I have a shit ton in the packages too. I used to collect them for a long time, and then it just got to the point where I'm like, what am I going to do with these? Nonetheless, to get to the point, I had them listed, originally I had them for like 700, and now they're down to 550. And I finally got somebody who seemed very interested in them today. But he said he was going to come to my work because our schedules didn't match up. So he came by about 6:30, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. And he was just like, yeah, I'm a little short on money this week. I can't do it this week. But he's like, I could probably offer you like $350. And I'm like, he never said anything about like debating a price. Like, he seemed like he was just cool about it. He was a really nice guy, mind you. He was a good guy. I liked him. He wasn't like a jerk or anything like that. I said, I'll think about it, but I can't say yes right now. Which I'm not going to. I think I might keep him for the kids. Unless somebody comes along with a firm offer of like $550, and they'll just pay it with no question. I don't think I'm going to sell them. Simpsons seem to come and go, but like, they're one of those products that I think in 30 years, you know, you won't be able to buy those figures anymore. I mean, it's a funny thing to think that something that you owned like 20 years ago that you have now, like, you can't buy it anymore now. You can't go into the store. Most things, I would imagine. Maybe like tools and stuff like that might be a little different, but time is a funny thing. That's actually, I had that down as a subject once. I looked at it and it just said time. And I was like, what the hell? Time is pretty vast. Like, it's not like I can just be like, time. Da-da-da. There you go. So I want to talk about time travel. I was on my way home from work, and I looked up at my clock. I want to see what time it was when I was leaving. I thought it said 8:14. So I'm just driving. I'm almost home. I look up. It says 8:13. I'm like, wait a minute. I know that said 8:14. It didn't. Obviously, I was wrong. It must have said something else. 8:09. I don't know. But it made me think, did I just jump back in time? Just for a second, I was like, oh, this is cool. But then I realized I didn't really time travel. It was just, I misread my clock. So, here's my two theories about time travel. Not theories, but when I was younger, I used to say, there never will be time travel because we would know about it by now. Someone would come back. Like, as soon as time travel is invented, unless it creates parallel universes, of course. Alright, that's going a little deep now. I've talked about this before. I remember doing that. It's either that or Deja Vu. Deja Vu's funny, too. We should talk about that. I don't know anything about it, but it's weird. So time travel. My original theory when I was a kid was we would have known about it by now because somebody would have come back and told us. As an adult, I think, of course not. It creates a parallel universe. It has to. There's no other explanation. Do you have another one? I don't know. Maybe there is another one. I just don't know it. And my second theory was that no, time travel could exist, but we may not, as a general rule of thumb, ever know about it. Because it's going to be used in ways to make whoever created it a more powerful and rich person, I would imagine. Unless they were willing to share it with the world, this technology. But then could you imagine, like, I know this is paradoxical, and I know that this happens a lot on shows, and people talk about this on forums a lot, and it's super nerdy, but it is a fun thing to think about. Like, how would that work? Like, if everyone had access to a time machine, like, things would constantly be changing in the future. Like, people would just disappear, other people would appear, you know, rich people, buildings would collapse, you know, like, constantly, if it was one singular stream of time. Because as people are going back, like, things are changing as it's moving forward, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, science, it's all science. But, say, for example, it does create its own alternate timeline, and so nobody gives a shit. So they sell these machines in stores for $19.95 as seen on TV. Now you can go back and change the color of your hair, or whatever. A lot of people are obviously going to go back and be like, okay, invest in Google and Microsoft and Apple and, like, financially set themselves up in the future. So when they go back, but what happened? What's that? Like, you'd have to come back to the exact same second that you left, because if you came back, well, I guess you could come back later, but there would be no you in that time. I don't know. See, I love thinking about stuff like that. Isn't it fun? Your mind starts to go crazy after a while. Time. I don't like Star Trek. Never did. Never will. You'll never lure me into your trap, you Trekkies. Dirty, filthy Trekkies. Anywho, that's what I had to talk about. That, and I thought there was something else I wanted to say. Actually, when I came back with this video, I've not even gone back to the subject I had originally thought of, because I can't remember what it was. Now, if I had a time machine, I could go back, just stand over there and wait and listen and be like, oh, that's it, and then I'd come back and this conversation never would have happened. Or would it have? Things that make you go, I heard Motley Crue on the radio on the way home tonight. Home Sweet Home. Followed up by Salt and Peppa's Shoop. Is that right? Am I getting that right? Is that the right band? I don't know. I think it is. I was like, what fucking station is this? Like, that plays like 80s glam, and then like 90s female, like, not that anything female is wrong, just saying like Salt and Peppa, like Motley Crue and Salt and Peppa. It's just odd. I mean, it worked. It actually kind of worked, because I enjoyed listening to both songs. Songs. That makes me think of something. When I was in the car and I heard those two songs, I made a mental note to mention them tonight, which I just did. And then something popped in my head. Something book-related or reading-related. I can't remember. I hate when that happens. I really hate when that happens. I gotta start writing on my hand more. What do we got on here today? Crafts. And looks like lettuce. Letters. Oh, I wanted to do this Mother's Day card idea using Scrabble letters I had and popsicle sticks. And Gwen Bucker took a bunch of the letters. It actually was from Bananagrams. It wasn't from Scrabble, because I don't want to mess up the Scrabble set. Because I know there's a V in there for love, and I can't use it because it just sucks. So I'm going to have to hit the Goodwills tomorrow on work and see if I can find an old Scrabble game that I can just take the letters. From now on, I'm buying Scrabble games, because having those letters, awesome. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. Sometimes I like to stick one up each of my nostrils. It looks like a walrus teeth coming out. Like a walrus teeth. I know, I'm English good. So good. Sean was mentioning earlier, we were just kind of talking briefly about how the best screenshots come out of the silly ones, and I love doing these. Like, I prefer, like, the problem is you never know if they're going to work or not. Like, I love just hitting record with nothing in my mind, and just like within 3 seconds when it's counting down, 3, 2, 1, I have to think of an opening line that hopefully will hook somebody who's never watched the video before. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll just go back and try another one. Sometimes I have stuff like a, I mean, not a great joke book, but like a pretty good joke book that I got for free. It was originally $9.95. Now, even with my discounts, you know, this would cost $7 new. Used, it probably would have been about $5. 5 times 3 is 15. It's $1.50, so $3.50. So either way, at the bare minimum, I got this for free. It would have, the cheapest I could have got it was $3.50. Actually, probably Amazon probably had it for a penny. Your mother is so old, she farts dust. Your mama is so old, she farts dust. It's offensive. My mother is a wonderful woman. Losing my religion. See, these are long ones. I'll have to pick a few good ones to read. To read to you together. Together we'll read to you. And you will read to monkeys. Thought I was going to say me. Say me. Rough night, folks. Rough night. Can't get it out. So, look at it. I just have notes everywhere for myself. Wait, I got one right here. What does this one say? G1 Green will put in. See, I got tired of writing Road to 40 episode every time I upload one of these. So I created a macro for my G1 on my, I don't know, this is a Logitech, one of the screeny ones. So you get 3 or 6 times 3, that's 18 times 3, 54, I think. 54 programmable macro keys. So you got red, which turns the whole keyboard red, M2 changes it blue, and M3 is green. So that way you can program things. Well, I've never used it before until recently. It's very handy. I really recommend, if you've got that capability to record easy macros on your keyboard, get used to it. Because like G1 will enter Road to 40 episode. Then G2 will put in jason@gmail.com, GEYCEN@gmail.com. Now M3, which I just programmed today, I mean G3, I gotta get used to them too. I put in all the keywords that I normally put in for the videos. So if you search for peace, love, smile, laugh, 40, road, episode, Jason, those are definite ones that I use every night. That's 8 words. I think that's pretty good. I don't want to, like, I could do fashion, and I'm sure I'd get a ton of hits on that, because, like, Gwen's always watching that bullshit. I went to Easter Island today, which is a little hippie store. Luis runs, local business. You should, if you're anywhere near Lynchburg, or if you come into Lynchburg, please go visit Luis at Easter Island and tell him Jason from Gibbons sent you. He probably doesn't know who I am by name, but he knows me by face. It's a hippie store with tons of really good price incense and clothes, and he makes lots of jewelry there. Like, he's a really good artist. And he also does 2 free Spanish classes twice a week. Mondays and Wednesdays, I believe it is. Then in the summer he has a drum circle where people can come and just hang out and drum and stuff. Like, he's a cool guy. He's from somewhere in South America. I can't remember where, but yeah, just a cool guy. So if you're in Lynchburg, definitely check him out. If you're visiting the area, definitely stop by his store. Dang. I lost it again. Easter Island. Time travel. Well, I'm going to time travel to the next video. Eventually I'm going to figure out how to do things and make myself disappear. It'll be awesome. I'll be like a magician or a wizard of a very high level that can cast invisibility. I cast magic missile. Oh, real quick, another shout out. He's dead, but Wesley Willis. Let me go back because the spelling of his name. WESLEYWILLIS. He is or was a local Chicago inner city musician that wrote a lot of songs. We're talking hundreds of songs. And they're all pretty much the same song, either sped up or slowed down or in a different key. And they have names like I Whipped Spider-Man's Ass, or Rock and Roll McDonald's, or Suck a Cheetah's D-Word. I Whooped Batman's Ass. Oh, he has a song here called Shit and Fuck. Suck My Dogs. Yeah, he's a little vile, but he definitely had some issues with schizophrenia and stuff like that. But he was still a neat guy to like listen to and stuff. My friend Corey introduced me to him. So if you get a chance, check out any song. I recommend like "Cut the Mullet" by Wesley Willis or "Rock and Roll McDonald's." I'll leave you on "Rock and Roll McDonald's." Hope this isn't too loud. This is the same beat.
McDonald's is a place to rock. It is a restaurant where they buy food to eat. It is a good place to listen to the music.
It's a good place.
People flock here to get down to the rock music.
Oh, they do. That's what I do.
Rock and roll McDonald's. Rock and roll McDonald's.
So every song pretty much goes that way, but you can watch the videos. Sometimes like they're just pictures of him, you know, revolving in and out. But he was a really good artist too. He had some really neat looking art. But just listen to him for a while. He's kind of fun to listen to. If there's a whole album and you're doing nothing, just throw on Wesley Willis and tell me what you think. Anywho, I gotta work tomorrow. So you guys have a great night. Don't forget to make somebody smile tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're getting real close to 50 now. Like Mother's Day is 50, so I don't even know if I'll be able to do a video that night. Maybe that'll be. I'll hold off 50 to the next night because we'll probably do something for Mother's Day. Motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Okay, I'm gonna go. Well, you may get a surprise third one. We'll see what comes up. Like I said, sometimes I just like to roll, and oh my god, my hair is just a mess tonight. I guess that's why you get good screenshots, because I'm an idiot. Alright, good night, you sons of bitches. Have a great night and a good weekend. And all you mothers out there, have a happy Mother's Day on Sunday. I'll probably be back before then. But if not, then you guys have a good Mother's Day. And I'll catch you guys on the next episode of The Road to 40.